fragments contain sufficient information to reconstruct original relation using join or union operation. There are two types of fragmentation we can perform on the relation or a table. Number one is horizontal fragmentation or vertical fragmentation. First we will see horizontal fragmentation. In this horizontal fragmentation, we fragment or we split the table based on the tuple or rows. Let us see here. This is one relation R. Branch name, account number and balance, these information stored in this relation, and we have splitted this relation or fragment this relation into two. Number one is this one based on this what branch name. So hillside is one. Here we have splitted his hillside. Okay, this relation. Okay, and another one is valley view. Valley view is here. So this information of value is here and information of hillside is here. So this based on this criteria, branch name of the branch is hillside is one in one table, based on the valley view branch name in another table. So this type of fragmentation is known as horizontal fragmentation. Now see the vertical fragmentation. Here we are splitting the relation not based on the rows, based on the column you are splitting the relation. Let us see this branch number, account number, customer name, balance and tuple ID. These are the name of the fields. So we have divided these fields. Here we have divided branch number, customer name and tuple ID, branch number, customer name and tuple ID in this relation. In this relation we have put this information like this. In another relation we have kept account number, balance and tuple ID. So these two relations are subset of this relation. We have divided this main relation into two fragments. So this type of fragmentation based on the field is known as vertical fragmentation. Now replication. Replication is nothing but making the duplicate copy of data. That is the replication. If a relation R, that is a table, is replicated, a copy of relation is stored into two or more sites or places. And this relation, in the most extreme case, we have to put full replication, means full copy of database or a table. In some cases we can keep partial copy of the database also. So this is a replication here. So again, this replication has advantages and disadvantages. First we will see the advantages of this replication. So here first one is availability. So here if you keep the replica on many sites, so what will happen? Suppose one site goes down, we can take the information from other site. So this is availability with the increase of what is called as replica. So here availability is the first benefit of this replication. Here in one site containing the relation R fails, then the relation R can be found on other site. That is the main advantage of this replication. So next one is increased parallelism. So if the replicas are more or it is on the different sites, so we can do the parallel operation that increase the parallelism of transaction. We can execute a transaction parallelly on multiple sites. That is also benefit of this replication. And next one is the replica enhance the performance of read operation and increase the availability of data to read only transaction. Suppose the transaction only reading some information from the sites, so this will be very fast because many replicas are there. So based on the replication we can easily access the data. So these are three advantages of data replication. And another one is here, the last one is, this is a disadvantage of this replication. What is the disadvantage? So it increased overhead on update. For example, you have the three replicas, and if you modify one replica, that modification or update has to be propagated on other two replicas. So this is overheaded of update. So this is one what is called as system must ensure all the replica of a relation are in consistent state. To bring the consistent state, what we have to do? We have to propagate the updates. So this is the disadvantage of this replication. So this completes fragmentation and replication. Thank you.